Never mind the bollocks, here's Horror Mike.
This is just a classic copy of Tales of Voodoo. This is Eerie Publications, circa late 1960s, 1970. And this was put out by Myron Foss, right? Eerie Publications from the mid 60s all the way well into the 1980s. Tales of Voodoo, weird, tales of horror, etc. They went on for a few decades. The thing is, you would get this really gory cover, right, that had nothing to do with anything inside the actual magazine, because the magazine, folks, was all reprints. For example, this is a direct reprint of The Black Death, a classic pre-code horror story about giant ants on an island. What Foss would do with these stories. Nightmare Island. I did a video about this. You guys may have seen the video. If you haven't, check out my channel and go watch this because it is freaking awesome. Nightmare Island is another great pre-code story. And as you can see there, the splash page, you got a giant rat. There's a giant rat trap, and there's this woman that's stuck in the rat trap, and the rat's coming at her. And if you look, you can see that there's like blood coming out of the rat's mouth. The blood, everything about this is original to the original art that was done in the 1950s, right? But what Foss would do, he would add blood and gore to make it simply more sensationalistic, more up to date, I guess, for the late 60s and 70s, to make it like, you know, just gorier, glorification of the original art. That's what he would do. But thank God for Stanley Morse. Stanley, I know you're up there or down there, but we love you, man. Why? Because this is Stanley Morse. I've shown you this before. Try to get the glare off, but there we go. Shock magazine. This is issue number 1 from, I believe it's 1968. If I'm not mistaken. I may be wrong. But the cover is a Bernard Bailey cover, and it's taken from Weird Tales of the Future, which was a pre-code horror comic that was put out by Stanley Morse. So he simply took the cover and repurposed it for Shock magazine. But the great thing about these, and I think I've shown you that one, and I've shown you this one. This is issue number 2, right? Another great Bernard Bailey cover that was taken from Weird Chill's comic book, pre-code comic book number 1, early 1950s. So he just took the image from the cover and he put it on Shock magazine. It's not redone or screwed with in any way other than the colors. Here is the 3rd issue of Shock. Now, the one thing that happened with the 3rd issue is that Stanley Morse figured, hey, you know, those old covers, using the, you know, pre-code horror covers directly, the Bernard Bailey covers, just aren't cutting it. So he had artists do lurid covers like this one. All of the pre-code reprints, he just simply took the original art and he reproduced them in magazine size. Check out the reproductions in this, folks. They are the best black and white reproductions I've seen for pre-code horror comics. So if you like original art from the pre-code era, you got to get your hands on some of these issues, folks. This particular copy is really high grade. Check this out. There is an artist called Gus Ricca. He was an artist throughout the golden age, I think starting like circa 1940. He did this one called The Bat and the Brain. It is stunning. Gus Ricca was a fantastic artist. And once again, Stanley Morse is taking these directly from the original artwork and reprinting them in the pages of Shock magazine. Check out this Ogden Whitney splash, folks. absolutely stunning. Once again, early 1950s.